Hello everyone, welcome to the Jargus Ranger Review. This time we'll be looking at the 7th episode of Super Megaforce, Silver Lining Part 1. And this is the first multi-parter we've had since, I think, the start of Samurai. Yeah, the last season didn't have any 2-part episodes. That's an interesting change right there. Anyway, we start out at night, which is very unusual for this show. Usually, very bad or unusual things happen when the episode starts at night. We see some sort of spaceship flying down to the Earth. It sets off Gosei's alarm, and he tells Tensu he's not sure if it's landed or if it's crashed. But then we see it open up with a bunch of smoke and somebody walks out. Though we never get a clear look of them or any part of something that's not really the leg area. So that's one mystery we started with already. But back in orbit, Vikar is annoyed that none of the commanders have been able to defeat the Rangers. So he just orders that he'll send wave after wave after wave of exports to just wear the Rangers down, hopefully. But back on Earth and in class, people are praising the Rangers as saying that they've helped them so much and that they wouldn't have their relative peace if it weren't for them. But Troy says no, everybody helped out. When the invasion first started, everyone around joined together and helped rebuild things, not the Rangers. And that even without the Rangers, they would have gotten together, stood up and done something about it. And then everybody clapped because he gave his fucking heroic speech because he's such a Red Ranger. And right after class, everybody's favorite warehouse district starts getting attacked by exports. But by that time the Rangers get there, they have all been defeated. And this happens a few more times and they don't know what's happened. So like any episode, they go right to Bernie's to get some Froger. But then Gia bumps into a guy. We never see his face, just his wavy hair from behind. And he says, "I'm sorry, I'm glad you're okay." And he keeps walking. And so, he seemed pretty serious. Yeah, we didn't see his face. Now, Power Rangers is not known for its subtlety, so it's pretty obvious to guess that he's our stranger that landed on the planet the night before. This time they get another alert, and when they get there, everything's back to normal, but they help the people put the stuff together because it's still a mess after the attack. And when they ask a question, they say that Silver Ranger did it. And they're all confused because there's no Silver Ranger. But before they can think about it anymore, yet another attack of X-Force start. This time with a commanding monster. And this time the team gets there ahead of time. And they start off by morphing into the Megaforce suits. But not just morphing into it, using the complete long transformation scene. And it doesn't do them any good. This time they've got a bomb that they're knocking around, trying to keep out of Rangers' hands. So they immediately go into Super Megaforce. Just ditch the old Megaforce suits already. You don't need them, you got better powers now. But eventually the bomb times down and blows up the export, but really, it was meant to destroy the Rangers. So they evaded that trap, but then another giant wave of exports comes to attack them. But this time we cut away to some guy. You can't really see him too well because it's zoomed out in front of the ship, and it seems to be setting off an alarm. The ship that crashed I'm talking about. Seems like he's using a staff of some kind. So the Rangers are trying to fight them. A Silver Ranger appears, and he quickly fights the exports. I mean, he's just running at them, beating them up. And nobody knows what to do because it takes them all by surprise. And he finishes using his weapon, a Super Silver Spear. Now his dialogue suggests that the Armada hit the planet he came from, and he's not about to let them do that again. But he doesn't let on anything more than that. So when he does that, the rest of the Super Megaforce Rangers switch into the Lost Galaxy suits to try and finish off Gorgaz, which is the name of our monster of the week, by the way. But it puts up a force field that blocks all their attacks. But Jake isn't having this. He runs circles around him and tries to jump over him and hit him with the saber. It doesn't quite work with the force field, but it hits the back of his collar and disables it. So of course, he runs away. And then Vekar is complaining that he's a failure and sends him back. But then he tells Zavira he has a plan. So back at Bernie's again, because they never got to enjoy their drinks the last time, is a new guy delivering their drinks. But we don't get to see his face either, just a little bit of his hair. But before the Rangers can enjoy them, they run off to another alert that Gorgaz is back. So the Rangers get right to work and try attacking it, attempting to destroy the collar. But our mystery person is standing nearby and watching them. he recognizes that something has got to be off. I mean, that's just too easy of a weak point to exploit. So he stops Jake from landing the blow and fights him using his spear, and eventually just flips it off his head and up into the air where it explodes. Yeah, it turns out Gorgas thought it was reinforced, but really it was booby-trapped. And the prince faints from being disappointed at yet another failure. So the Rangers are not sure what side this guy is on now. But to everyone's surprise, he has his own Ranger key, along with its own Super Mega Finish Strike, pretty much where he throws the spear and impales the enemy before they explode. Actually look pretty damn cool. And all he says when he beats him is, "Finally, my vengeance begins here." But the Rangers catch up to him and ask who he is. So he just takes off his helmet, and we finally get to see his face. And if it hasn't been blatantly foreshadowed for the rest of the episode, it's the guy that appeared from the landing ship, or crashing, and the new guy at Bernie's, because he has the same hair. And then it says to be continued. So we won't know the answers about him until next week. I like this episode. Shows Saban is finally starting to take some more risks with the show, which they haven't really done since way before they worked on it in the past. I mean, we start off with a great mystery at night, though it's pretty obviously solved way before the Rangers get to know anything, which is unfortunate. Despite not knowing about anything yet, this is a breath of fresh air for one of the Rangers. Because instead of doing it out of a sense of just plain justice, or to be a hero, he has something very personal at stake in fighting the enemy. So, yeah, as far as I know in Power Rangers, I think this is the only Ranger that's motivated by revenge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I can't think of any other one. Well, this rules out the possibility of Robonite being the 6th Ranger coming back somehow. So I guess next time we'll find out what this guy's story is. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty straightforward episode, but I can't really say how good or bad it is in totality because it's one half of the story. But it definitely leaves me wanting to know more. So I'll give a full analysis about the Silver Ranger next time, after we've seen both parts of Silver Lining. But as a build-up, this is a very good start to it. Let's hope it pays off well at the end of the next episode. That's all for this time. I'm Jargus here. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again, let the power protect you.